That's why you guys are all here at this point, is because you all possess that to some point, and I'm looking for people who will set me up for success. I don't want to babysit anybody. Like Kyle's flaw of lack of experience, I think that his pros of how he can just improv and just be in the moment and be fun overshadow that. In all of your guys' cons, the reason why you're here is because your pros complement each other. And the reason for this call, just like everything, just being transparent. There's no reason to sugarcoat this or bullshit through. Is we're debating Connor versus Ryan, and the reason why he has this moment is what I'm challenging you guys. You guys are making the decision. I'm supporting either one. They're both, excuse me, they're both great in their own way. You guys are making a decision on the picture of all four. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find pros and cons and ways one would be better than the other. I'm wanting you guys to just focus on your decision being, and it's really hard because you've got more time with Connor than you have had with Ryan, but a little bit, is what if you three are chosen, which you are, but just objectively, if you three are chosen, looking at what this person brings to the table to contribute to the total dynamic of the group, not just who they are as an individual. That's why Ryan's here. I think Connor is phenomenal, and he rated the highest out of everybody. So it's kind of crazy that he's the one that's on the block. But he's also the most generic overall. And Spaz and I talked for probably 2 hours after the interview about how Connor did, and he was so analytical. He came into the interview with one agenda of just absorbing everything so he can make a killer feedback, and he had the most thorough, best feedback form. And I recorded it, but the audio was it was wrong, so it was shit. But I went through and I scrolled through the little bar, and everybody's moving and talking and vaping, like everybody had their thing that they were doing, He was literally just, like, I would move around for 5.5 hours, and everywhere he was just a freaking security camera. And Mike was, at that point, in my eyes, doing better than Connor. But afterwards, Spaz and I talked about it, and after I sliding, like, he didn't fucking move, he didn't blink, nothing, man. So he went into that, was just trying to feel everybody else out and give his feedback because he was confident he was going to get chosen. Does that make sense? So this is about Ryan, but it's also just being subjective about everything. Some of the stuff people said about Connor was that he was being quiet and held back. It was, I think, him just being confident he's getting picked, and he was there to absorb what everybody else said. And the reason why he didn't always answer stuff was because he knew it was going to get said. He was more interested in what everybody else said. What Ryan brings to the table over Connor, and why we're having this, is that I think it's not just about watching, it's also about, you watch a little, but you have to have intuition. And I feel Ryan's intuition is greater than Connor's. You guys all have your own opinions, but that's just my take on this and why we're doing this. Is I don't know the best answer. I think they're both going to be great, but you guys need to make a decision on the overall effect, not the individual. Does that make sense? So, yeah. I know it's getting late. If anybody needs to go, you can go, but to give Ryan the best shot possible, it'd be great for you guys to ask him as many things as possible. I mean, we were 5.5 hours. This does not need to go 5.5 hours because it started so much later. But how are you guys feeling? What are some things you need to know? And also Ryan too. What are some things you want to know about us? Honestly, I mean, I got a list of topics we can talk about. Honestly, I don't think that there's any specific topic that I can think about that will enlighten us.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? I think we're all mature enough, experienced enough, played enough to where we're all here. You guys are all here because you can fucking hack it. You don't
Well,
know what he's like, so you can't, you know. What people got? I don't have anything else scheduled for this.
You know, I think, I mean, they say that when you first meet somebody, you have an impression about who they are within like the first 5 seconds or 5 minutes of meeting them or something like that. So I'm guessing just because of how all of you guys are and your awareness of people, that you probably already have a pretty good idea of who you want to choose over me or Connor, you know? So I don't think there's anything, you know, I don't want to sit here and like plead and beg you to choose me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you guys probably all have a good choice already of who you would rather want to spend the next year or year and a half or 2 years playing in this campaign with, you know? So I really do appreciate you all taking this time for some random dude on the internet, you know, and coming here and showing up and giving me this chance to get to know you guys and speak with you and have a shot at, even though I did fuck up and miss the first callback session, which I'm sure was like really grueling for you guys. Like I didn't have to go through that process and really like get grinded through the wood chipper, you know? So, like I mean, you know, but I really do appreciate you guys at least taking the time and giving me the chance. Sure. And I think you guys are all pretty awesome. And whether you guys select me or not, I think you guys are going to have a pretty fun game. And Sean, I'll definitely be sending my people from my game your way once you launch the show. Either way, I'm going to send them all over your way to go check you out.
I appreciate it.
Cool.
Does anybody have anything? It's a tough decision, and it kind of perceives that it's unfair that I'm throwing on you guys. If you guys choose to not make a decision, I'll make it. But I'm trying to give it to you guys, not as a lack of wanting to make the choice. I'll make it. I won't hesitate. I'll decide and we'll go forward. But it's more of a, this is how I'm going to run the game, is once we're going, I'm going to present things to you guys. I really like you guys to have choice. And this is your fucking game. I made it not for you when I was making it because I didn't know you, but I knew I was going to be picking people who it would be for. Does that make sense? So you three are it. I've made this game for you. You know what I mean? So this is going to be the first major decision into this campaign. Who's it going to be?
Right.
You know, so is there anything else you guys want to talk about or ask to make the best decision?
You've not met Connor before, Ryan.
I never had interacted with him. Yeah, I have no idea what he's like.
I'm gonna jump off real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. One of the things that Connor had said that was one of his strengths, as a thing that was part of him, is that he has been in theater, and he's been doing a lot of basically he's fallen into roles and fallen into characters and things like that. I have noticed in your DMing on YouTube and whatnot that you will your level of involving yourself, for the little bits that I saw, the level of involving yourself as an NPC to characters and kind of like growing the dynamics, they seemed a bit held back and reserved. So I'm just wondering how much and what is the greatest experience you have had in role playing in any way, be it gaming, or have you done theater or anything like that?
I did do drama in, junior high. Like that was probably my favorite class. But I've never been like in any serious adult theater or anything. You know, my favorite part about role playing is kind of like what I said before, is making the world exciting for the players. So, you know, introducing their characters, backgrounds, and stuff like that. I really have never had my own personal experience with having an in-depth character of my own. My thing has always kind of been more about the bigger picture. So I guess that probably would be a pretty big weakness for me, is that I don't have any figure experience. I don't have any in-depth experience of even playing in PC in a D&D game myself.
Okay.
But I do like character voices in the shower and stuff like that. So.
You said do.
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I had a piss.
Speaking of it.
Be right back.
Oh, shit.
I drank like 5 beers. I had to piss so bad.
I stayed sober for this interview.
Probably smart move. I don't have to. I'm chosen either way.
I was drinking some beers for the other one though.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about snacks, drinks, alcohol, vaping, smoking while we're playing?
I definitely
have my
won't
own
be vaping.
opinions, but I'm just curious what you guys want to be able to do.
I won't be vaping during the stream. That's just unprofessional, in my opinion.
Okay.
Alcohol, I mean, I think we'd just be classy about it. Drink it out of a cup and not, straight from the bottle. Don't get too fucked up, so, like, you start slurring.
Right.
And stay away from the potato chips while your mic's on.
Yes.
Yeah.
No crunchies. No crunchies.
Yeah. Or at least if you do, know when to mute your mic. And remember that it's been muted and turn it back on when you're talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with it.
Let's see. Did I go over the structure of how game episodes will be?
No.
It's in the Roll20 link though. And how it was like scheduled time, break, all that.
Yeah.
Oh, game session breakdown. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at that yet.
Yeah, it's like I think the second from the bottom.
Yeah, let me pull that up. We'll just talk about it a little bit. Is it in the creation one or the callbacks?
Callbacks. The character, the most recent one you gave us, the one that has
It's in character creation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
that has the actual horseman as the background.
I'm so looking forward to selection, because I can ditch all those other shit. I have been managing so much stuff, so many people. I'm ready to just streamline and focus. All right, Kyle, we're looking at the game session breakdown posts in the HotA character creation game. So, Ryan, you're not in yet, but I'm just
that's something I can't see yet.
Just talk about it as if you are. So this is subject to change. This is kind of the structure I've laid out, just so everyone's aware. 6 p.m. This is all Pacific time, so you do the math. I'm Pacific, and I'm better than you, so it's about me. That's kidding.
I'm on Pacific time, so.
Oh, perfect.
Always straightforward.
Oh, Seattle, that's right.
Always straight.
So 6 o'clock, systems check, review last session, and prep until 6:25. So, problem with the shit we're doing, there's always some fucking technical problem, and I have watched some lower end games, and they never start on time. And then it always fucking comes up. You could literally test. Right, game day, something fucking goes crazy. So,
right.
That's why I'm allotting half an hour, and that seems crazy. So why would we need a half hour? It's gonna fucking be needed, I promise. So say we get everything tuned out, that's still gonna give us lots of time to get ready. I really like revision of last game session because we're going to be gaming for 3.5 hours. There's a lot that happens, and sometimes you forget stuff that is important. And the way this campaign is going to be, you guys are going to need to all be on the same page about what happened and where you're going to want to go. So I think that a half hour buffer is decent. And it's a good time to just bullshit, because once the game starts, the stream starts, it's going to be about business.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good... we're going to want to talk about shit and then slowly phase up to where we're fucking ready to go.
Get it out of your system.
Right.
Yeah.
So 6:25, I will start the 5-minute timer on the stream. Whoever is selected, I'm going to show you what it's going to look like on everything. I have a lot of stuff preset. I have 3 names already set. The 4th one's a question mark. But I'm going to show you on the stream. You all pull it up while we're in a call. I'll show you what all the screens look like, how it's going to be. But there is a 5-minute timer I got with some HotA stuff and music. So we'll start that. And that's also the 5-minute break timer for breaks.
That's so fucking cool, man. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. So we're gonna try to start the game. Well, we're gonna start the game at 6:30 as long as everything's up and running. We should have. I mean, if we can't troubleshoot technical problems in a half an hour, we're probably not gonna play. But so 6:30 we'll start game time, and we'll play until 7:25, and we'll do a 5-minute break. I'll throw the timer up, and all of our audio will be muted, so we can still talk. That time you're gonna use the pisser. If you just smoke, you will grab snacks, drinks, whatever. Snacks, nothing crunchy. I'm not gonna tell you can't eat for fucking 4 hours of your life. But if you do, just don't have it be messy. Don't have it be loud. And if you're eating a carrot stick, mute your mic. But like AJ said, if you mute, make sure you unmute. So 7:30 we'll come back. 8:25 we'll do another 5-minute break. We'll start up again at 8:30. 9:25 we'll take a 5-minute break, and then the last section is a little bit shorter than the other ones. We'll resume game, but that's at 9:30 we're gonna begin to wrap up. So I don't want it to be like, the goal is 10 o'clock to stop, but if it goes to 10:25, if it's 9:50, I want to stop every gaming session in a logical place. I don't want to start something important and then stop. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So between 9:30 and the 10 o'clock mark, we're all going to be purposefully trying to find a good way to find a stop time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just production side. So 10 o'clock is our goal for stopping. So we'll stop the stream at 10-ish, give or take. But then we will do a post-game discussion and then the AAR at the end. So that's just for us to decompress, chat about things, not on the stream, whatever. We don't have to do a whole game revision because we literally just played it. That's going to be the start of the next game because it had been a week. We'll talk about things that are important, what we want to do. You guys will have the whole week to think about and notify each other or myself about, all right, I'm going to be wanting to do this. How do you feel about it? That kind of stuff. A lot of it, the first session is going to be different than the rest of them. But once we get going, actually, talk about this when we get there. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So that's what we're looking at. So we'll just open it up. If you gotta go, you gotta go. I would, if you guys can stay in line late enough, whenever we're done with Ryan, we can all talk about it. I'd like to make the decision tonight. But if not, we can make it later if someone's gotta go.
Well, if you want to discuss with them, I can just go, and you can have some time with them to discuss about their decision. That's cool with me. And honestly, really, I can see like the sleep in everyone's eyes. So I can't tell you like how much like time is important. Like I consider that my time's important. I'm sure that you guys all consider that your time's important. So like I can't tell you how much I appreciate you just giving me this chance. And if you make another decision, like no hard feelings, and look for Adventure Buddy in your Twitch chat, just make sure that you don't look at it while you're in the game. But it's been nice to meet you guys and talk with you guys. And
Nice to meet you too, man.
I hope I continue to get to do so in the future. But
Does
you guys have a good night.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything to ask him before he dips out?
No, man.
I'm good.
It's good to meet
Okay.
you.
Take it easy, guys. You can have a good night.
You too, bro.